Hey there YouTubers, right? So you might have seen some of my benchmarks with either the i5 13600K or the i7 13700K. And you may have noticed, man, this thing's running pretty hot, right? Um, so when you first start doing these benchmarks, you'll find out it may tell you your throttling, and what do you do there? Well, you go in and just power limits. Maybe you're like me and you just go all the way to the end, do power limits unlimited. In this case, though, that really makes the CPU run pretty hot. Now, usually I can get away with this. I mean, i9 12900. I'm thinking most of the other CPUs I've ran in the past, we've been able to get good benchmarks without overclocking and stay well under 100 degrees Celsius. But in this case, this thing, you know, isn't so happy with that. So what ideally would I do? I would try and find a happy medium with the power limits, somewhere between power limit throttling and thermal limit throttling, right? But that's not in me. I just wanted to go all the way to the end, power limits unlimited, and so what have I found so far as cooling goes? Well, uh, every one of these that I've done has hit thermal limit throttling in Cinebench R23. So here is the first CPU cooler we put in here. And this may be okay for the i5 13600K, but in this case, just wasn't enough. Dual towers, dual 120 millimeter fans. Pretty decent CPU cooler for 3590. Definitely would have handled any of my locked CPUs quite well. So from there, upgraded to this one, bigger towers, 140 millimeter fan and 120 millimeter fan. Slightly better, improvement. The lows on this thing are, in the low, I think 23, 24 degrees Celsius. But when you run that benchmark, it shoots up. But for $46, this thing's amazing. Then I thought, well, Noctua, pretty much created that design. Let's try that one out. Noctua NHD15 basically gave the same results. One day I will compare these, I believe, on a couple different CPUs, and I think you'll find that the results are pretty much the same. But as far as i7 13700K, you could get it done with this, avoid overclocking and getting too aggressive with power limits, and this is probably going to be all right. But in my case, I decided, hey, I'm not going to throw the towel in and jump on the water cooler aspect. But I did go, somewhere in between. So I did just buy this today. Needed to get the LGA 1700 kit on order. This one's a little different. Talking about using dielectric fluid. So we'll see how this works out. I do believe there's a good chance that this is going to get her done, at least for this. Will I be able to do power limits and a slight overclock with this? That's a good question. Eventually, we'll end up with a 360 millimeter water cooler, I have a feeling. Especially if I want to do an i9 13900K, I don't think there's anything we can do to avoid that. Now, for most gaming, one of these is fine. I'm sure one of these is fine. I do have some videos just with FortNite and the temperatures, and it wasn't bad. Running without a graphics card, the CPU temp was really good, which kind of surprised me. Maybe I haven't even paid attention with that, but with the CPU cooler on here, I think the temps were in the 40s. So, but there you go, folks. That is what I am up to as far as CPU coolers for this thing, and hopefully you guys will check back when I have this one in. Thanks for checking out the video. Please like, please subscribe.